Hello, this is College Draft doing some math today. In Algebra 1, we're going to be factoring even more. Um, so there's some things called the perfect square trinomial, and they're either in this form or this form, and it makes it easy to factor because they just end up looking like this. But let's take a look at those. I would prefer you still remember how to factor. So our a value is 1, so we can go back to what we did in a previous section, and we just look at factors of c and their sum. Since there's no pesky a value, we just look at the factors of c and their sum. So c, remember, is our constant and it has no x value. So remember, our equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. So this time we don't have a b value, so our b value is 0. And our c value is negative 81. So what's factors of negative 81? It's probably 9 and 9. Negative 9 and 9. Because negative 9 and 9, they add up to 0. So this factors into z plus 9, z minus 9. Okay? So if you know how to do that, you'll be fine. But if you want to use some of these shortcuts, that's okay too. So part B kind of looks something like this, right? We have something minus something. So we have 16x squared minus 9. So one way to do it is, so this somehow looks like a squared minus b squared. So one way to do it is to take the square root of the numbers. So 16, the square root of 16 would be 4. And so that would be my a value. And my b value would be the square root of 9, which is 3. So my answer would be 4x plus 3, 4x minus 3. Let's look at another one. A squared minus, so this is supposedly a squared minus b squared. What's going on here? My a value would be the square root of 4, which is 2. My b value would be square root of 16, which is 4n. So if I were going to do this, this would be 2 minus 4n, 2 plus 4n. Would that work? And it would. Alright, checkpoint 1. Factor the trinomial. So we have a squared minus b squared here. And that is equal to a minus b, a plus b. So a in this case would be the square root of x squared, which is x, and the square root of 100 would be our b value, which is 10. So this would be x a minus b, a plus b. So x minus 10, x plus 10. Okay. So the square root of 49 is 7 y squared. Or the square root of y squared is y. Square root of 25 is 5. So we're going to do 7y plus 5, 7y minus 5. And that's our answer. So you want to be careful, because the square root of 45 isn't a good number, and square root of 80 isn't a good number. So what do we do? But notice we can factor out something else. They both share a factor of 5. If I do 45 divided by 5, I'll get 9. And then 80 divided by 5 is 16. So I just changed the equation a little bit. Factored out of 5. So, but what's going on in the middle here is still a squared. A squared minus b squared. We're still doing that. 9, the square root of 9 is 3. So my a in this case would be 3. My b would be 4m. Square root of 16 is 4. So a, which is 3, plus b, which is 4m, and then this changes into 3 minus 4m. And that 5 just gets to go along with the red. So factor the polynomial. Okay, so these follow these formulas up here, the perfect square trinomials. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. This one, how do we figure out our a and b value? Well, they're factors of 64. So my b value here is b squared, right? So what times what is 64? That happens to be 8. And since they add up to negative 16, there we go. X minus 8, x minus 8, x minus 8 squared. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Now how do we do part B? Well, we're going to have to do it the normal way. Okay, factors of... So we're going to do it the normal way by saying that this is A, this is B, this is C. So I'll have 2y times 2y, that'll give me 4y squared. And then I'm going to try combinations that'll give me positive 9. And in this case, that is our answer. Same thing here. We're going to factor out a negative 3 because they all have a factor of 3. So this will become positive z squared. This will become minus 8c. And this will become plus 16. So this negative 3 stays out here, and then we're going to factor the inside. So we're going to get z, two numbers that multiply to 16 and add up to negative 4. That would be negative 4. So negative 3 z minus 4 squared. All right, let's do some more. Two numbers that multiply to 49 and add up to 14. That's plus 7. Okay, so factors of A would be 3 and 3, 9 and 1. I'm going to try 3 and 3. Since there seems to be a pattern going on with this section. So I'll get minus 1 and minus 1. And that'll work out. Here, we're going to factor out a negative 5 to get r squared plus 4r plus 4. And this will give us negative 5 times the quantity, r plus 2, r plus 2. Or negative 5 times quantity, r plus 2 squared. Okay, let's solve an equation here. Oh, there's a pesky fraction now. But this secretly follows a format. We just take the square root of 1 over 4, x plus 1/2, x plus 1/2. This is what it factors into. So, x equals negative 1/2. Because either x plus 1/2 is equal to 0, or the same thing, x plus 1/2 equals 0. They're the same equation, so we only get one answer, x equals negative 1/2. Alright, let's factor out some more polynomials. Okay, two numbers that multiply to positive 16 and add up to negative 8. That would be negative 4. Since we have it equal to 0, we set m minus 4 equal to 0, and we'll get m equals 4. T squared minus 121. That follows this format, a squared minus b squared. A is t, b is 11. So this is going to equal a minus b, a plus b. So t plus 11, t minus 11. And this is all equal to 0. So either t plus 11 equals 0, or t minus 11 equals 0. So t equals negative 11, or t equals positive 11. A brick falls off a building. So using this formula again, h equals negative 16t squared plus bt plus our initial height. So a brick falls off a building from a height of 144 feet. So here's my initial height. After how many seconds does the brick land on the ground? So a brick falling off a building means it doesn't have an initial velocity. Our initial velocity is 0. Our initial height is 144. And we're wanting to find out how long does it take to land on the ground. So our ending height, or the height after the time, is going to be 0. So I have 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 0 times t plus 144. So my situation is negative 16t squared, 0 times t is just 0, so plus 144. So this looks like an a squared minus b squared situation. So 0 equals, well, I forgot to figure out what a is. A is the square root of 16, so I have 4t. Square root of 144 is 12. So I'll get 4t plus 12, 4t minus 12. So either one of these is equal to 0. This will give me 4t equals negative 12, and this will give me 4t equals positive 12. So it would make sense that this route is the best route. So I have 4t equals 12. Divide both sides by 4. So t equals 3 seconds. The other one doesn't work because it'll give me a negative answer. Hopefully this helped you out. Have a good day.